Hello, I'm BXToyCat and welcome back to another top 5 video. Today I'm going to be going through the top 5 most useless items in Minecraft for Xbox and Minecraft for PlayStation. And the thing about items in Minecraft is every single one of them plays their part somewhere in the game. Whether it's being one of the most valuable foods and actually being used quite a bit, or whether it's being, something you only ever use once in the entire game. I mean, they do all play their part, and I just figured I'd go through the ones that play the smallest role at the smallest time, and that if they went missing tomorrow, a lot of people probably wouldn't notice for a few days. So, please do like the video if you do like it. It helps out the channel a lot and lets me know you do like it. And if that's not good enough reason, I've got a giant panda on screen. So that should be good enough reason to like the video, but let's get straight into it, shall we, with the 5th most useless item. You can probably tell from the fact that I've got 2 of it in my inventory, and that is going to have to be the Firework, or the Firework rocket. So the thing about the Firework rocket that makes it kind of questionable to me is this was meant as like a celebration block. So you can kind of write off the fact that it's not so useless because its entire sole purpose is meant to be this. But basically, you make them out of paper, gunpowder, and some dire stuff, and they do this, and they just fly up in the air. So obviously you can add a firework star on there, and in this case I added 5 diamonds and some dye to this one, but all you really get from doing that is this, and you're like, oh, that was worth 5 diamonds. So yeah, I'm going to say Firework rockets are number 5 here because they're kind of meant to be pointless, but even despite that, they really see pretty much no use. And if you use them in multiplayer, they do lag the game. So I guess they're nice as a way to, lag the system a little bit. I mean, you can fire them from dispensers to represent a cool redstone thing, but otherwise, I really don't see their purpose, but maybe they're meant to be pointless. So that's why they only get number 5 slot, whereas number 4 slot is one that probably was meant to be something at some point, but never really went anywhere, and that's going to have to be the bowl. So you might think, oh, the bowl is so useful, Toycat, use it to, oh right, yeah, you don't use it for anything. So yeah, the bowl is actually useful for one precise thing, and that is to make mushroom stew. So I've got some mushrooms here, and so I can mix them in the grid here and make some mushroom stew. And this is awesome, right? Mushroom stew's one of the more compact foods because for just 3 items, I can have 64 times 3 little individual, meals here. And that's really cool, no? But it means you only ever need 1 bowl in the entire game. That's right, there's no other purpose for bowls. They make mushroom stew, which is nice, but not really even eaten that much. So yeah, although it's kind of a nice object, if you make one of it ever, does it really have a purpose? That's the question I ask myself, and I really don't think it does. Like, you could, it's so inconsequential that I just don't think anyone cares. So it's nice that it has one useful purpose, and that's why it's only number 4. But besides that, you'll never use it again. So we'll throw this away, and we probably won't even care for a very, very long time. Anyway, let's move on to number 3, shall we? So number 3 is going to be the start of the gold hatred. So gold, of course, almost has its place in some places, because the thing about gold is it actually is more enchantable than the other types of armor. So if you wanted to get protection 4, for instance, you have a better odds on gold armor, and in some cases gold is just as good as iron. For instance, if you have a gold helmet, if you look here at my bottom left, I've got that many bars, and then you check me with iron helmet, you'll notice it's the exact same number of bars. So the gold helmet is just as good as the iron helmet, except it enchants better. So you could kind of argue that if you don't want to last that long, you might go with the gold helmet and just enchant it. However, the thing about gold leggings, which is why they're number 3, is the fact that even though, some bits of gold are just as good as iron, some bits of gold are just as good as chain, the leggings are not as good as the chain part. So here's the gold leggings, and here is the chain leggings, which are only 1 step up. They get an extra half like armor bar, and that means that they literally have 0 purpose. I mean, if you wanted to have the super rare stuff, then you'd go with this. If you want to, if you're showing off status, you wear the chain leggings because they're harder to get than gold. If you wanted to have something that's functional, you wear iron leggings because they're so much better than both. But instead, gold are in this awkward place where they take up 7 whole ingots of gold, which is enough to make 7 golden carrots and almost a full golden apple, and they just provide nothing to you. I mean, they just really don't have a use. I mean, the other bits of gold, kind of see them. This one you can pretend is a crown, and it's just as good as iron. But the gold leggings are just in that pit of uselessness where I don't really see anyone ever crafting them in survival willingly. So yeah, that's why they're number 3 on the list. Let's move on to number 2, which you might be surprised that it's this low down and not number 1, and that is the dead bush. So the dead bush is it's a bush, and it's not very alive. I mean, I'm not sure what else there is to say about this thing. Basically, yeah, the dead bush spawns in deserts. If you're wondering, there's 2 types of dead bush. There's the dead bush, then there's the shrub. Shrubs can at least be placed on regular ground, so you could use them to decorate a garden. Dead bushes can only be placed on sand, of which, of course, there's usually only 1 or 2 biomes off in the biome, so you have to actually make your own sand to place them on, which means this entire thing exists so that it can, be placed on sand. The cool thing about these is if you break them with your fist, they break forever. So, yeah, you have to make sure you use shears to delicately handle them. The reason they actually have some use is Their one use is kind of as a currency. So the reason they work as a currency is because you cannot duplicate dead bushes, unlike, say gold or iron or something, because of the fact that they don't use any crafting recipes, because they're kind of useless in that way. And because they're useless in every other way, they kind of are an interesting currency. People don't waste them on their builds and stuff. And if you wanted to have a server currency, which people can't duplicate, or they can't find themselves, or like reset the nib for, then dead bush is one of the best ones to do it with, because like I mentioned, there's only so many. The supply is only going to go down, which means you can kind of argue that these are a sign of wealth. Whoever's the most wins the game, and you can do something with that. It has some. I can see it being used in a currency server. It's a rare situation, but it's still more than the next item, which I've hated on before. But number one, the most useless item in Minecraft for Xbox and Minecraft for PlayStation is gonna have to be the golden hoe. So why is the golden hoe so hated? You might be like, no, it totally has a use. So, like I mentioned before, gold has lots of disadvantages. The fact that it breaks double as easy as wood, despite, taking way more resources. But it does have some benefits. The first one is that gold tools generally break stuff faster than, iron tools do. Generally faster than diamond tools even. So if you have a gold pickaxe, it'll break a lot of blocks faster than a diamond pickaxe will, like, an ender chest and stuff like that. However, the golden, and also they have better enchantability, but the golden hoe benefits from neither of these, because hoeing the ground is a single action. You do it once, and it's done. There's no speed to it, there's no enchantments needed, and that's why the golden hoe is just so useless. There is literally no use to ever have this. I mean, if you're at the point where somehow you got some gold from a chest and you want to, craft that into a golden hoe, then you might as well make a wooden hoe, because a wooden hoe is genuinely double as good. There's no point where the golden hoe is double as anywhere better than that. And because if you've got the sticks to make the handle, use the wood to make the thing. You might argue if you're playing an adventure map and you're only given gold and you really need to do it, that's the one situation I can think of. If they literally don't give you any other resource, but they give you sticks, then you might want to make a gold hoe. And even then, it's only if you really need to do it, and even then you only get 33 uses out of the golden hoe. So yeah, very, very useless item. There's no use for it. No one's ever going to craft one of these legitimately unless they're showing off just how wealthy they are. So I guess if you wanted to show off your pointless wealth, then the golden hoe is your thing. I mean, it's just a way of being like, aha, I have so many golden ingots, I'll just waste them on hoes. But otherwise, no use whatsoever, unless maybe you're doing a weird custom map. So that is why the golden hoe is the most useless item in Minecraft for console. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did like it, please do like it and let me know. It helps out the channel a lot and lets me know you do like it. Share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos like this every single day on my channel, and if subscribed, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Let me know if you have any suggestions for other top 5s, because I know a lot of people always do, in the comments down below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.